Hey, what's going on, my friends? Welcome to another video where we are taking an updated look at our growth portfolio where we contribute $25 every single week. And as you guys can see, over the past day, things are actually looking pretty good. As a whole, not so much, but right now, past day or two, you can see we're actually up 2.39%. The past week, we're up 5.49%. However, the past month, we're down 21.70%. And the past quarter or 1 year all time, we are down 9.85%. So again, past month, that return was negative 21.70. However, the past quarter or all time, it's a negative 9.85%. The total amount that we've contributed, our net cash flow that we've added to this account is $874.97, which gives us a gain of negative $67.59. So as a whole, right now, technically, things are down a little bit with our growth portfolio, which is pretty much comparable to the, much of the overall market. Tons of other growth and tech companies and whatnot have been hit pretty hard over the past, few weeks and months. So can't really be too surprised at how things are going because, again, this is a growth portfolio. It's long term, 5, 10, 15, 20 years is how long we are hoping to have this portfolio. And an FYI, for those of you who are new to the channel, if we come and look at the activity, scroll all the way down, you can see we started this portfolio back on October 8th with a 100 deposit. And we had one stock that we bought that day, which was ChargePoint. And then on October 19th, we had an additional $600 deposit where we bought the other 6 companies that are inside of our portfolio. And pretty much it's been a $25 a week ongoing contribution ever since then. So when we look at our actual portfolio to see, who's performing well, where things at right now with each individual stock, well, you can see Nvidia is holding us up strong with a 33.09% return. Then we have Bakkt, which is up 17.65%. And then we have ChargePoint inside of our EV pie at 1.43%. Now, in the red right now, things are down with CoinBase, negative 11.24%, Palantir, negative 23.91%, Fuel Cell Energy, negative 25.19%, and then DraftKings, negative 38.36%. So technically, we have a little more red than green, which obviously explains why our overall portfolio is in the red and we're down. But hey, as I always say, my friends, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And oftentimes when you are a long-term investor, it's not the worst thing to have a stock be in the red for a bit because it's allowing you to buy that stock at a cheaper price. So don't necessarily look at this and panic. Now, maybe, a company like Fuel Cell Energy, which, one of the more kind of questionable stocks in this portfolio. Them, someone might say maybe Bakkt. You might throw in that mix. And by questionable, I just mean, kind of it being not as strong of a investment as some of these other stocks. But I try to look at the upside, as well as the downside. And you want to take some risks. A company like Nvidia to me is a obvious, strong growth play. For the long term, that's not as iffy. But something like Bakkt, which isn't as proven, executives and leadership team has been strong, but you're also seeing a lot of the original, kind of members starting to leave and step out of the mix. Looking here, so we don't actually see anything here that's talking about I believe it's the president who is stepping down now. From the CEO who founded the company, had left a while ago, which that was more for a political reason. So again, it's just not as proven, and it's still gaining traction in the overall consumer market. People are still getting are being introduced to Backed in their app. So it hasn't really picked up yet like some of these other companies like Nvidia or ChargePoint. As a whole, I'm happy. I'm fine with how things are going. Again, like I said, yes, we are down right now, but the overall market is down. A lot of the whole tax harvesting and stuff, people selling, is taking place and factoring into the equation. The recent potential scare, another potential lockdown, things like that, I think are kind of influencing how the overall market is going right now. Inflation, of course. So like I said, long term, I'm not too worried. Now, I will say this portfolio only has 7 stocks. We don't need to add more, but I do think I want to add 10, similar to our dividend portfolio. So, I've been doing some research. I do have another company in mind that I think is going to be who we add in next. I might do a video this week on them, or maybe next weekend. We'll have maybe purchased them by then. So if you guys are interested in seeing who we decide to add to the portfolio, definitely subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you will be notified. But also feel free to, like this video. It does help with the YouTube algorithm, so more people will have a chance to be exposed to this video, which will hopefully help get more people to shine in and have a say, because I'm curious to see what other people think we should add, who we should add to our portfolio. Feel free to leave a comment down below with your thoughts. I want to know, because like I said, we have, we don't want to add more than 10, but even 7 might be, this might be fine. And maybe it's a matter of swapping out a company in here also. Maybe there's someone in here that you guys are like, this portfolio is good, but we don't like ChargePoint, or we don't like CoinBase. And like Coinbase recently had some news about them that I'm not a big fan about that came out. And with me, it's tough because I like to try to invest in companies, that I can make money, that I believe I'll make money off of. But at the same time, if they are doing it at a, in a manner, in a way that's just, I don't believe in, and they're going against some of my core, beliefs, and, treating all employees right, or, maybe they're paying certain employees much less than other employees. Things like that are not what I want to hear coming out of a company that I'm investing in, especially when that demographic that they are paying less happens to be, happens to look similar to myself. We'll just say that. So things like that I'm not a fan of, and it puts me in a tough position because, I want to invest in this company. I want to use their product, but if I'm not necessarily on board with how they are running their business, in this one aspect, maybe they're doing other things that I don't know about that I'm not a fan of. But at the same time, it's tricky, it's tough, and, you have to kind of take your losses sometimes. And, so it's that kind of, and I've spoken about this before because we got rid of AT&T in my dividend portfolio for a few different reasons. But, it's that debate of, do you invest on a, kind of conscious investing, or, principle belief investing? I don't know how we can phrase it, but basically looking at more than how they make their money, or, if they make money or not. It can't only be about that. And if it is, that's fine. That's each his own. With me, that hasn't really always been my case. At the same time, like I said, I'm sure there are some big wigs that I have money in that have done some kind of shady practices. Pharmaceutical companies oftentimes will take a hit, at the expense. They're willing to take a little hit to get a bigger gain. They know, okay, we're going to get fined $100, but I can make $500 from sales. Well, they're going to make those sales even though they know what they're doing is not right, and they're going to get a small fine. I don't believe in stuff like that. So I don't have a ton of pharmaceutical companies and things like that in my portfolios. So, as a whole, like I said, I'm happy with how things are going, but I do want to add at least one more company. I have that company in mind. I probably will, like I said, release a video this week on who that company will be, potentially next week at the latest. So, hey, I'm curious. So who do you guys think we should add? Or maybe we want to swap someone out, get someone out of here that's currently in our portfolio, maybe someone that's up or down. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Feel free to leave a comment down below with your thoughts. But as I said, as a whole, we're continuing to move in the right direction. Now, yes, you don't want to go down, of course, but like you look at the past week and you can say, okay, things are starting to rebound from that nice bit of a dip that we had, been taking and seeing. So this is the direction we want to continue to go in. And I believe we will with our growth portfolio. So if you guys want to get started with your own portfolio, if you want to start to grow your money, get your money to work for you, I believe a dividend portfolio is the way to go in that aspect. But long term, investing is definitely critical, definitely important, and having a growth portfolio isn't the worst idea, since all of these companies, I do believe in the long term, will be better off than where they are today. And if you have this money just sitting in a savings account, I mean, hey, if this was sitting in a savings account, we might be down even more than what we currently are. Maybe not probably with inflation, but in due time, yes, absolutely. So hey, get that money to work for you, my friends. Get investing. Check out the links down below in the description area. If you want to, start to invest with M1 Finance, I love their pies and whatnot, and how easy it is to use their kind of automation and, depositing money, buying stocks, this, that, and the other. Well, definitely check out the link down below. You can get some free cash if you use my link to start and fund your account. I also have a link to Webull, another platform I use, in which if you use that link down below, I believe right now they have a special where you can get, a couple free stocks when you start and fund your account. So my friends, I got to keep it moving. Much appreciation for watching. Feel free to leave a comment down below with your thoughts, who we might want to consider adding to our portfolio or swapping out. But yeah, you already know I got to keep it moving. Happy holidays. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.